All right.
We should have rolled on that. What's up, boys?
Living the dream, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just we're over here talking. I'm just hoping that Lucas wins the lottery and he just gives us like a few mil every. Is it every year or months?
I spend like probably $10 a year max.
I feel
on
like
lottery tickets.
Well, all you gotta do is spend $2, right? I mean, $2 one time.
a ticket.
If you win, you just gotta do it once.
I think I was a little discouraged because I felt like what I said was like, hey man, if you win 1 point something billion, we could just quit our jobs and do this for a living. And he was like,
I know.
Well, first of all, it's not
Tight
that
wad.
high right now. So someone won it a couple weeks ago.
So what's it back to now?
I don't know. I don't check it.
it's only 900 million. So if he wins, he can't fund our podcast.
So do you always play it, or is it got to hit a certain number before you play it?
Usually, like I said, about $10 a year tops is what I gamble on. It's not like I'm out here buying tickets weekly or scratchers or anything like that.
You know what I would do if I won $1 billion?
Give me half.
No, not now. I'd hire you at a low rate to do a podcast with me. That's what I would do.
Like a teacher salary.
And make
Yeah,
you do all the
yeah,
editing.
I'd give you $10,000 more than you make as a teacher, so that you could, and make you
Done.
do the editing. Yeah, done.
And
Done.
pay my insurance.
Hey, by the way, yeah, of course.
Okay, done.
Yeah, of course. I take care of your family, man. What I would say though is we'd be doing it every day.
A daily podcast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'd be talking. We'd be talking like
If you don't have that's
Zach
your job.
Martin holding out from the Cowboys. We'd be talking about your.
I could do that.
Yeah, I know we could.
How
I
the
know we could.
49ers are coming off their third straight Super Bowl championship. Yeah,
Super Bowl championship.
it's happening.
We'd
I
be
don't
so
know, man.
popular, the 49ers would come on our podcast.
That's
Oh
right.
my God, that'd be so sweet.
I guess.
We could afford to fly him in.
So I could ask him how
George
bad
Kittle would be like amazing.
he would be, and I'd ask him how bad does he want to play for the Cowboys.
He'd be honest with you.
Yeah, I
He
know.
didn't want to.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys doing okay?
Doing
Yeah, I'm doing
great.
good.
Doing
Yeah.
good. Okay.
I'm gonna start having dreams though now about Lucas winning the lottery
Yeah.
for us. So,
Maybe we could buy Oklahoma. Who
Hey.
would we buy Oklahoma from?
ooh,
That's not enough money to buy Oklahoma.
You don't think?
No.
Okay. Well, how much do we need to buy Oklahoma?
I'll get on it.
Thank you.
I have my list of what I'm going to do with my money, but
That's a dream of mine. I would rename it
what would you name it?
North Texas. That's a joke, guys.
I
That's a
like it.
joke.
That's funny.
That's a joke.
I like it.
Everybody, don't take offense. I love Oklahoma.
care.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
just fun. It's
You're
fun
in
to-
Oklahoma now.
It's fun
You
to
know
poke. It's fun to poke at them.
I don't know. I'm from Kansas still. I was there like, 27 years, so it's hard for me to say I'm an Oklahoman.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean it's good though. It's a good area.
Yeah.
Good area.
What,
All right,
Kansas or Oklahoma?
both. I like both. Good people. There's good people in both. Good
Yeah.
people in both. This is not much different actually. It's good stuff. Well, you want to get rolling?
Let's do it. I'm always ready to roll.
So we talked about this. We mentioned like we were gonna do 80s and 90s action heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest with you. We kind of said we were going to split it up, and I assumed we would start with 80s first, just from a chronological kind of standpoint. But we're going 90s.
Let's do it.
We're going 90s.
We were alive more in the 90s than we were in the 80s.
Well, honestly, though, here's the deal. Like I was alive in the 80s. I was born in 1980, so I think I watched 80s movies in the 90s because
Yeah,
I mean, how I grew up, my parents weren't exactly letting me watch like.
You got to watch them on TV, so they're all edited and everything.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's what I was kind of getting mixed up on. So when I went and did a little research, I was like, okay, that's cool. We can do 90s for sure. And I threw some in like high school days. Now, I will say there were some action movies that I find far superior than most that I will say these stars are on, not in those, is what I'll say. We can get into that another time. Best movie is not on this list.
No.
For me.
No.
Is that
These
fair?
aren't-
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
All right,
These aren't
all
the best movies ever made.
These
trust
are
me.
definitely like action stars that were in like a ton of action movies.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. You want to hit it, dude?
All right, I'll start it. I know you guys don't have this one. Number 3. If you have this one, I'll be shocked. Sean Connery.
Okay, that I did.
Right.
I did think about that because.
The Hunt for Red October.
Okay.
The Rock.
Oh yeah, I
Was it
forgot.
Entrapment?
Oh yeah,
There's The Rising Sun, but I've never seen that one.
is that
might be a
Wesley
wet-
Snipes?
Might be. I don't know. So I shouldn't say that movie, but the other 3 are solid.
Also, like I was really thinking that he did the. I thought the last Indiana Jones was. Well, I say the last. I'm sorry.
That's in the 80s.
Like the 89 or something, right?
Right.
Was that the last one? I mean,
No, this
besides
is
the new.
the Last Crusade is what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, they've had a few
When
since
he was
then.
the
But
dad, yeah. But Sean
Yeah.
Connery. He's like upper 60s.
Yeah, good action star. He did good. Hunt for Red October's good, man.
It's good.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, the only thing that would have made that better if Harrison Ford was in it instead of
Jack Ryan,
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have made it better. That's like my dad loves that movie, man. That's good stuff.
He was a Russian in that too, wasn't he? He was a bad guy.
Yeah, Connery.
Bad guy. Well,
he was defecting.
Yeah,
he was defecting, so he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's good.
He's down on Russia, up on the U.S. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
that's how all the movies were in the 80s and 90s.
yeah. Rocky. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, so 90s. I'm gonna go. Bruce Willis is my number 3. So he had Last Boy Scout, Die Hard, Die Harder. I don't think it was Die Harder.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't.
Come on now.
I couldn't remember. The Fifth Element, which I actually really liked. I liked it. It was a little sci-fi. It's good stuff. But
I love The Fifth Element.
I did too. Thank you.
Yep,
Armageddon's in there too.
Well, you're right. Yeah, I got Armageddon on my list. So that was one that like all the girls liked.
Yep.
So definitely went to that one for sure.
Was it Armageddon? Man, that was in the 90s.
That's
Man,
like 98.
Steve Tyler.
Yeah.
Or song.
I
right?
love that movie too.
I ain't gonna.
I was going to sing it, but I didn't.
It had Affleck in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
They saved the world.
Yeah.
And the guy who was riding the nuclear warhead.
Didn't they blow the moon up?
No, they didn't blow the moon up.
Oh, what'd they do?
They blew the asteroid up.
They drilled. They were
They
oil,
drilled it.
Oil rig
guys.
Yeah,
They,
that's right.
They drilled the nuke in the
I
asteroid
know what they
and blew
did.
it
I
up.
was joking.
And then he had to stay behind and save the world.
Yeah, and Bruce died.
I don't want to close my eyes. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Go.
That's my number 3.
All right, my number 3, Nicolas Cage.
Okay, yeah.
I loved Con Air.
Con
I love that movie. You know,
Yeah.
it had to do with airplanes. I loved airplanes as a kid.
We'll get there with me. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I don't know now. What else was he in? I'm
The
terrible
Rock.
at movies.
The Rock.
And then
Face Off.
what was the car movie, too?
Gone in 60
that was
Seconds, but
2000.
that's 2000.
It was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
What was the other one? Oh, Snake Eyes.
He was in the Rock.
Okay.
He's a terrible actor. I'm sorry, dude.
He's just the same.
But he's
always
worth
the same.
like so much money.
Well,
He was in
made,
it,
he's made a couple of decent ones lately. I've liked them. Yeah.
Name a good
recently?
movie. Name a good movie that he's made.
The one where he makes fun of himself, where he's actually plays himself in the movie, is pretty funny. Where he gets like, he doesn't know it, but he gets caught up in this like kind of ring thing. You should watch it. It's
I'll say
funny.
National Treasure was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
But that's not the
good.
90s. But
It's not either?
No.
No, that's like 2010s probably.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
We're old, man.
The first National Treasure?
I think.
I bet
No.
it's 2008.
How will we ever know?
way.
Someone look it up.
How could we ever know? Yeah, you already went, so like you get to your number 2 while he's looking it up.
That's hard. I'm gonna do Mel Gibson because I know some of you already picked it too, but he's solid. I mean, kind of crazy in real life, but
I don't know,
solid.
man. Dude, you know what? I didn't put him on my list because I was thinking of only one movie that I really, really love from him, but I forgot about The Patriot. Go ahead.
We were talking
Go
about The Patriots actually 2000, but we said it was
Hey, that
filmed in
counts.
99.
Hey, so
it's
Gone in 60 Seconds was 2000, so it counts.
We'll give you that one too.
Okay, all right.
The Patriot,
that helps
that's
me
a-
because he's on my list.
I like The Patriot. That's
The
a good
Patriot's
movie.
great. It's
Yeah.
just Braveheart was. I went on an accident to see that movie. We used to drive to Grapevine from my hometown, which was like, 45 miles, and we go to these movies, and we were going to see a late movie, like 10 o'clock or later, and the movie we went to see, and I can't even remember what it was sold out, and this Braveheart poster thing where he's like got paint all over his face. Looks awesome. We're like, let's see that. We did not realize it was like 3.5 hours long. Greatest movie I've ever seen.
Really?
I loved it. I stood up at the end. Freedom.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not
When did he make Passion of
100
the Christ?
2000.
2004.
Was it that late?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gut wrenching.
I remember watching that one.
Yeah.
But Lethal Weapon was in there too.
I love Lethal
Yeah.
Weapon.
Those are funny.
Yeah.
We Were Soldiers. That might be in the 2000s.
That's 2000
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. That's great. That's great. We can talk war movies at a
Yep.
different time. That's
All right.
different.
Go ahead.
All right, my number 2 is Nick Cage. Dude,
You guys.
he's all over the 90s, man. This was not best movie, best actor. This was biggest action star. The Rock, Con Air, and I actually
But
loved.
he didn't make The Rock. I mean, that's Sean Connery makes that movie. But go ahead.
I mean, he's the main.
I
dude.
know
Yeah.
he's the main character.
But my favorite Nick Cage movie, which is the dumbest movie, is Face Off. I love that movie.
With John Travolta.
Yeah, man, they cut their faces off and
Yeah.
traded, and then
Yeah.
they one was I think Nick
Was
Cage
he
was the
the-
bad guy.
Yeah.
And
it
then
was
they
role reversed.
And then they cut each other's faces off with high super technology
In 94.
and transferred face fronts, not head, not body, just
the
face
front.
fronts.
Yeah,
Just the
And then-
skin.
just the skin.
Yeah, just the skin, and then became the other
Each
person
other.
somehow miraculously. And I Love that movie.
It's on like either Prime or Netflix, and it keeps popping up on my screen.
It's
like,
awful.
As a suggestion. I'm like, I'm gonna have to watch it now.
I think, you know what? I think we should watch it. Let's watch it and review it.
Watch it. I'm gonna have to watch
So
it.
on our next like hangout, when we all three hang out, we'll just binge watch these like old 90s
I told
action
you,
movies.
we need to pick one, and then we need to do like a live spot, 10-minute of talking about it.
Yeah.
But you have to watch them like together, because if you watch them by yourself, they're just worse.
Yeah, we got to watch them
Yeah,
together.
Like a comedy. You can't watch a comedy by yourself.
We got to make awesome comments, and I just think the best part is that by cutting the face off and putting it on the other person, it made them look exactly like the other person.
And I honestly don't remember how it ended. So don't tell me.
They shot each other's faces off. I'm just kidding. I don't remember either.
All right.
I just remember liking it. A lot of gunshots. I remember that. So, yeah, Nick Cage is my number 2.
All right. My number 2, we already said it, is my mind's going blank. Bruce Willis.
Bruce? Yeah, Bruce.
I like
yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he was good.
We talked about
He's
that
good.
one. But
he had a couple of funny movies in there, too, like a Disney movie, I think, called The Kid. That might have been the 80s.
No, that was 90s.
That's pretty good. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Kid. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's good. He does a good job.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
Well, you know,
He's done.
Yeah, he's got some kind of
Yeah, poor dude, man.
disease now. I can't remember what it is,
It's a
but
bummer.
yeah, you
Loses
can't-
his voice or
No,
mind.
He
can't-
Like it's basically like dementia.
Yeah,
right?
something like that. He can't process word. I don't think he can really talk anymore and stuff.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, he's yeah.
And Die
Great
Hard
actor.
is a Christmas movie, but anyways.
That's
yeah,
okay.
I'm
Hey,
with you on
sure,
that.
yeah.
I'm with you on that.
I like
All
Die
right.
Hard.
My number 1 is Harrison Ford, and I think somebody else is going to pick him too. He's no, you shouldn't have
I'm
them.
not.
Well, no, because
no.
I will for another decade.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you pick him for 70s, 80s, 90s. What
Well,
do
yeah,
you
but the 80s were. I mean, he's
Yeah.
like massive movies,
Right.
man, massive. Anyway, go ahead.
So he had, let's see, so he played Jack Ryan, right? He replaced Alec Baldwin as Jack Ryan.
Thank God.
And he did a couple of them. So he had the Clear and Present Danger,
Yeah.
Patriot Games, The Fugitive is a
Yeah.
good movie.
What was the movie he did
Air
with
Force
Brad
One.
Pitt where he was like the cop? That's a good.
That's
too.
on my Netflix to
That's
watch.
good,
this
man.
Too. I
That's
can't
a
think
good
what it's
movie.
called, but I haven't watched it yet. But it's pretty good.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's like an Irish dude that comes and stays with him. He's a cop in Boston. That's a good
Yeah.
movie too. I can't think of it either. That's good.
Yep.
That's
It's
good.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's good.
I like Harrison Ford.
The Fugitive. You say that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Air Force One.
Or the guy with the
Air
one
Force
arm.
One is good.
Air Force One is great. I
That's
like
good.
that.
Get
movie.
off
I mean,
my plane. Well, wow. Gary Oldman's great, right?
Well, he
That
also
guy.
beat
That's
the Americans beating the Soviets again. Go
again.
ahead.
Always. Yeah, that's
can't
good.
throw any Star Wars though in the '90s. That's the only bummer with that.
Well, no,
No.
but they 2 in the 80s.
I know
So there's that too. Man, that dude racked it up in the 80s, man. He's still going.
he is. I mean, he was in the last
Yeah.
Star Wars too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he got cut in half, I think, or something.
I
Yeah,
remember.
he was in the last Indiana
Sorry.
Jones. That
Spoiler
flopped.
alert.
Well, he was in the Indiana Jones, wasn't he?
Spoiler alert.
He's like 80. He can't be doing action movies anymore. Come on, Disney, do better.
Be better. Be better. All right. My number 1. Like I said, we did not say best actor.
Mm-hmm.
We did not say best movies. But I will say there was one in there that was pretty impactful late in the right at the end of the 90s. But Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
So take that, Kayla. Take it.
Yeah. So he was on my list, and my wife made me take him off.
Yeah, but you're missing the point of the list. Wife, Kayla.
Yeah.
She listens to every one of these.
I know. That's why I'm throwing her name out there. You're missing the point. We were not saying he's awesome. I know he's the same character always, but we had Point Break.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze might make that movie. but
Still,
go
he's
ahead.
in it.
Yeah, he's in it.
And he's a star. He's one of
Johnny
the main
Utah.
characters. Yeah, Johnny Utah. Point Break. Speed
Yeah.
was big, man. Like, that was a big movie.
I forgot about Speed.
Yeah.
That's the one with the bus, right? The
Yeah.
They got the
The
bomb on the
bus.
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He gets
that's a
them all.
great.
he shoots his partner in the leg.
Dude, that's a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good
That's
movie.
a good movie. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then
Shoot.
And then-
hostage, yeah.
shoot the hostage.
Yeah.
Shoot the hostage.
Yeah.
And then The Matrix, of course. I like The Matrix. The
Yeah.
first one for sure. And he did,
Yeah.
he fit it perfect because he's got like
did.
no personality.
Yeah.
So
And then now he does all the John Wick movies
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
pretty fantastic.
they're great. Super great
Right.
action movies, but that's now. And I will
Yeah.
say this. He does seem to be like an incredible guy. Like just super nice.
He rides like the subway, and like people
Yeah.
don't even recognize him because he sits there and
He's just no personality.
yeah, just
Hey, is
blank.
that board's got a beard.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of him. He looks kind of homely.
Yeah, he does.
A guy worth like how many
Oh.
millions is he worth?
Oh, let's throw this in there. He did the second Bill and Ted's in the 90s, I think, too, which I don't know if you consider
I
it
forgot
action.
about.
What is that called? With the devil or the Grim Reaper. God. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, the first one in the 80s. Bogus something, man. Bogus something. Bogus Adventure? I don't know. But anyway, he did that. I don't know if that's action, but Anyway, I think Keanu Reeves number 1.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I enjoy his movies.
Yeah, fine. Go.
Nobody's mentioned this one yet, so
Okay,
at least this
good,
one's
good.
I mean, he does his own stunts.
Oh, Cruise.
Yeah.
Huh?
Top Gun?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Who?
Jackie Chan,
Oh,
man.
okay. Well, we got Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Rush
Hour
Hour
2.
Okay.
I
Those
think
are
he
funny.
has some other ones in there too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he was in a
he's
ton
funny.
of movies.
yeah, he's funny, and I mean, he's always entertaining, right?
Yeah,
I mean, all the
yeah.
moves he does and stuff like that.
You're right. He does his own stunts.
Yeah,
That's
him
fair.
and Chris Tucker in Rush Hour.
That's
I
it.
love that movie.
Those are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was tempted to show the kids that, but I can't remember if it's nice or not.
It's
I
got-
think it's
it's got
okay.
some length.
Just
It's got a few
just
words.
a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one's okay, then it just gets worse. Like 2, 3 language. How they all
Don't
do.
they do one in like the Old West, or is that with Owen Wilson? What is that?
That's
one called?
not. That's not.
That's
Rush
yeah,
Hour.
What is
Rush
that?
Hour Back in Time?
No, I.
17.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's
He's
funny.
good. Yeah, we
That's
did say
great.
Tom Cruise, did we?
No, we did not say Tom Cruise, but I'm gonna say, man, I think the
90s
only
Mission
action
Impossible.
movie in the 90s was
Mission Impossible.
Top Gun was 80s, right?
Yeah.
Top Gun
80s.
was 80s.
Is 90s Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible.
How do you not make it? I don't know.
He
Nah.
probably did, but
I think
That's
he's
the only
more.
one
I
that
think
I
he's
think
bigger
of.
in the thousands, man.
I don't know. It kind of fell off maybe in the 90s. There's probably movies I'm not even thinking about that
Yeah.
he made in the 90s.
I can't think.
Sorry, Tom Cruise.
Jerry Maguire. He went through a rom-com phase.
Jerry Maguire.
yeah.
You complete me. What was that one? Is that Jerry Maguire?
What was it?
No.
You complete me.
Yeah, it's Jerry Maguire.
Is it?
Yeah.
Show me the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Him and what's that guy's name?
Cuba?
That's in Cuba Gooden Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
He kind of fell off the
Is he even
map
doing
too.
anything anymore?
Oh, I don't think so.
I
He
didn't
did
have to.
his movies are kind of
Yeah.
different.
Cool. Well,
Yeah, there you go.
action from our past, man. I will say this: it was hard for me because it does seem like in the '90s I watched '80s action movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's a long time ago.
It.
On top of that,
30 years.
okay.
think, like-
A long time ago. Yeah, you're right. It was a long time ago. 30
like what
years.
movies did I used to watch? As a
Yeah,
kid?
30 years ago for sure. All right. Well, that kind of leads us into this. Like, so we're talking about hero action stars. And we had this idea to talk a little bit about, kind of maybe playing the hero in our home, not from a spiritual standpoint, not from an emotional standpoint, but do we fix things in our house and around our house? So, handyman talk. Right? Fits right
Yeah,
in, guys.
yeah,
I know.
Fits
Yeah,
right in,
yeah.
man. Save the day.
Yeah.
Don't spend a lot of money.
Some things.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, yeah, for sure.
YouTube is a lifesaver.
Well, let's say this. What are you comfortable doing?
A little bit of everything.
Oh, plumbing.
But small.
Okay.
Like I can fix a toilet.
Yeah.
I can fix a
okay.
sink,
Yeah, totally.
faucet. If it's like a broken line or something, like now I calling somebody.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not fixing a broken line.
Right.
I could probably replace a toilet.
Yeah, I've replaced a toilet.
It's pretty straightforward.
I mean, it might take me, my dad or whatever, a day. But
will
we
you,
got it done.
Mhm.
Tile the floor?
Huh?
Have you tiled the floor?
No,
Have I put tile down?
Yeah.
I put tile down
I
before.
haven't.
I do that. I've done that.
I didn't know that
haven't
was a
done it.
plumber's job, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I fixed my dryer a few times.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Dryer.
That's, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Cars, I'm out pretty much.
I'll tinker with a car.
I feel like I'll just.
It doesn't always
make
serve me
worse.
well, but I'll definitely tinker.
I feel like
See,
it was,
my old Mustang 66, my dad and I can work on that. Because there's room in there. There's hardly any parts in there, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
These new cars are like, nah.
All right. So I will definitely. I'll definitely give it a stab for sure. So I did fix my thermostat in my Ford I couldn't get the dual thermostat to work. I definitely changed the blend motor. I've done that like 3 times trying to get that thing to work. And then I did end up finding a thermostat on eBay, change that out, and it works now perfect. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely do an alternator. I know you had an issue with the alternator recently.
Under warranty.
No, yeah,
I
totally.
know.
Yeah, if I don't have to
Mhm.
do it, I won't do it. But I'll definitely do some stuff
Yeah.
like that. I've
So do you need to get on YouTube and figure out how to do it, or are you just guys just good where you can just get on there?
Usually I'll do that because you want it to go as fast as possible.
Right.
Instead of just like taking stabs
Yeah.
at it. Some things are pretty obvious. Like I can do spark plugs. Now I will say the issue we had on vacation was our ignition coil, which was tied to probably me replacing the ignition coils. Now, the ignition
Hold
coil
on.
went bad.
You fixed something and it led to more problems. Is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh.
not necessarily.
I just want to
Maybe,
clarify.
maybe.
to our
So like
audience.
when we had a timing belt issue. Well, not issue, but they recommend changing it. And then we had gaskets leaking. I would not touch that because that was too involved, right? So there's a level where I won't do it, but
Yeah.
I definitely brakes, no problem.
What about your AC unit?
I will. There's a point where you can't.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I will definitely change I was going to say defibrillator, but it's the capacitor. It's the capacitor. I'll change that out.
That's pretty easy.
You can buy those on Amazon.
Yep.
I actually, on the one before we replaced ours, I limped it along one more year by taking the top off and replacing the fan motor. But man, that's tight tolerance. Like you got a lot of room to play with, and the drill pattern was a little off for the new one I bought. So I will say I was pretty proud of myself. I got that to work. So
the guy I work with, he replaced his motor in one of his units. He said it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, if you can get the exact one, it usually will fit perfect. But I couldn't find the exact one, so I had to. Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself for getting to work. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll pay for convenience and things done correctly.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure.
If it's going to take me 3 days to do, it's going to,
Here's what I found is that the older I've gotten and the more money I've made, I do understand that I like the idea of doing it myself, but then I know sometimes that project is going to frustrate me to no end, and it's going to take me like a month and a half if I even complete it. Yep. So I do recognize that for sure.
Yeah. And
Stay within your
cars
limits,
are
right?
ridiculous now anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I need to replace my touchscreen in my truck. It's like has a mind of its own, but it's just a matter of like getting the time to do it.
Sure.
It's like just annoying, right? Not so
for sure. Do you you know what I hate to do?
What?
It's super easy. Paint. God,
I don't mind. I love painting. I don't want to say I love painting, but I don't mind it. We've painted our old house, the entire thing, and I've painted my new house.
Sure.
Over time.
We've done it.
Right, over like months at a time. But I really don't mind the painting deal. I painted so much. I painted cabinets, plenty of walls.
I don't like it.
I don't mind. I don't mind it.
It's something we all can do. We just don't like to do it. Or we don't like to do it.
Anthony does. I'd almost pay somebody to do that.
I need to replace my some of my faucets though in my house.
Yeah.
Definitely like the showers, faucets, and the drains and all that stuff, which is super easy. Just
Have you ever paid somebody and it was so easy that you were like a little irritated after you did?
I paid a guy to paint my house, the inside, but he did like on a weekend, and it was only like $400 for labor, and it was my whole inside of my house. So I was like, that's worth it.
But you were happy. That's a good one.
Yeah, he's saying that you...
Have you ever done one where you're like, oh man, I'm not going to mess with this because of either... So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
We had a leak in our upstairs bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's upstairs, so that made me a little nervous.
Yep.
So I was like, maybe I can mess with it. Maybe I shouldn't. Your suggestion of plumber, great guy. I can't think of his name right now. Yep. But if he wanted to sponsor us, I'd totally say his name. He's great. He was great. So he comes over and he's like, man, I just think it's your faucet. I'm like, dang it. And so like literally $250 for him to buy me a faucet, screw it in. That's it. That's all it was.
Oh, he brought a new faucet over.
He bought one to match and all that. And that to me was, I mean, you
could have done that.
I met a nice guy. I should have tried that first. That's what I should have done.
Where was it leaking out of?
Right. So it's the bathtub upstairs. So like when you would turn the shower on, that faucet couldn't hold. So like water goes up the pipe.
Yep.
And it goes past that faucet. And that faucet was just old enough to where it had worn out like the O-ring or whatever. And it was just leaking a little bit, which goes down the wall. And I saw the leak on the below floor, like in my kitchen.
Oh, so did it mess up your drywall?
No. Yeah, we caught it, saw it, and we cleaned the stains. It's totally fine. He even said, I wouldn't. He said, it's totally, like, you're good. But he said, that was it, though. And so, like, I'm thinking, like, I don't want to mess with this. But, that one irritated me.
But it's fixed.
It's fixed, but I fixed it. I could have fixed it for like $30 in 20 minutes. Not even.
Yeah, shoot, man. A new faucet, though, costs a lot of money.
Not that bad. Oh, yeah, maybe.
It'd probably cost you $100, I feel like, for a faucet.
Nah, I looked. They were
really?
$50 to $75. It's just a faucet. Yeah. Well, I ain't got a house like yours, man. Ain't that fancy?
Yeah. I don't know. We're looking at replacing ours, and I'm like, man, ours seems expensive.
Ours aren't gold-plated and marble.
14 karat, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine doesn't have a filter built in. Yeah.
What about electric?
No.
I'll touch it.
No.
I've replaced a couple like switches, things like that. But if it's anything more than that, nah.
I mean, like an outlet where you can like kill the power for sure, and then it's just kind of like you run a couple wires on there.
I probably won't run a new line, but I'll definitely I'll change.
I mean, I don't want my house to burn down or nothing like that.
I'll definitely change socket, lights, whatever. I'll do that. I'll put in like smart lights, no big deal. Yeah, fans. I'll do that.
Yeah, I've never changed like a light fixture or anything.
Yeah.
I've done it with my dad.
You ever done it?
Supervised.
Does your dad do the whole, my dad's a big fan of the, like, hey, let's, and he goes, he's a big fan of like scaring you with electricity. That's not
like,
cool.
We're over it, man. No.
Yeah, Dad. It's not cool. Yeah.
See, like my dad was like, he's like literally a jack of all trades. That guy literally knows how to do everything. Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm just like, how is there that much knowledge? And how have you worked on so many things? You literally know how to do everything.
Do our dads know that? Do they actually know what they're doing, or they just tinker with it till they figure it out?
Well, I don't know. I mean, at this point, my dad, I feel like he talked like he knew pretty much how to do almost everything.
Yeah,
I was pretty impressed.
I don't know what he does for a living or did.
Well, he was
an
mechanic.
I think that's part of it. Yeah. So my dad and my grandfather, my papa is, one of the smartest dudes I know in it, especially in that area. Like, man, I know they've laid giant concrete pads. Like they do all the work. My dad, I think, learned a ton from him, but also like the jobs he's had, and he can transfer that into like everyday kind of work. And man, I have a decent sized toolbox. I do love the idea of being like, ooh, I can get a new tool to try to do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I love that, man. It's cool.
You buy the tool and you use it once, and then it sits there for 7 years. I told you I have it. I just got to find it. Give me a day.
They're not that expensive, so it's kind of fun when you're like, ooh, a spark plug socket. You know, like now I could change spark plugs. Do I need to? Maybe not, but it's kind of fun. You know?
Yep.
I love that. That's cool. So there's definitely levels of handyman, right?
Oh yeah.
So woodworking, I'm out. Like
what type of woodworking?
Like pretty. Like I can't.
I could do it.
Yeah, but you have to have tools, man. Like you got to have the right tools to do it. And to me, that's like too involved. I don't want to mess with that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. So like,
I actually enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I took it in high school a couple years, so I kind of learned how to do that. My dad knows how to do all it too. He's got saws and
my friend, he's good at. He made me a knife.
Oh yeah,
but he's made like some furniture and stuff like that.
Blacksmith sounds cool, man. With the hammer, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so I still have furniture. It's in Braxton's room.
That you made,
like a Hope chest and like there's entertainment system and stuff like that.
Hope it stays together.
No, it's solid. Okay. It's solid. Kayla's like, hope we can get rid of that. I'm like, hey.
Oh, that's the Hope. Hey. That's the Hope chest.
I made that like in '99. Let's go.
Hope I can chunk that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, stuff like that.
No, that's cool. So I think the levels, man, we should get T-shirts made like Handyman Level 1. Is that better or worse? Level 2, Level 3? I think that'd
one's
be funny.
the bottom. Definitely.
One's the bottom. So Handyman Level 3. Like I'm not a Level 3.
I'm not a Level 3.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm
like a 1.5, 1.25.
I mean, if we're making shirts, I can be a 3.
Okay. You'd be set the standard. Yeah. Like I'm a handyman 1.25. I think because I think I don't know. There's things you can do. Like you're gonna change a light bulb. But you've met dudes that can't do that, right?
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Like you've met dudes that are kind of like, man, I'm not sure how to. Like maybe a fluorescent light, right? Yeah. Like I don't know how to get that.
I don't know how to change the toilet paper holder.
Yeah. Like man, do you know how to take that thing off? Yeah. I love that. So like that always cracks me up, and I do think the definition of like masculinity though cannot come from that. Right. So like I know really good dudes who really care about God, care about their family. They're just not the best providers in that way.
Yep.
Fortunately for them, they make good money, so they pay people to do that. So that's good, right? Like I think that sometimes necessity too breeds a little more learning or independence or maybe curiosity, right? Like I could totally see, especially this day and age, Asher and I don't work on a lot of mechanical stuff together. Who knows, man? He might have to call me someday and ask me how to change a light bulb.
I remember we were playing college baseball, and we had all these kids from Johnson County, which is really ritzy up in Kansas City, right? I'd have to teach these kids because our coach, they didn't know how to change a tire.
I was just going to ask you,
so I had to change, I had to teach them, right? Because they couldn't do it. I'm like, why am I out here doing this? But they couldn't change a tire.
Does Asher know how to change a tire?
Not yet, but he will before he starts.
He's not 16 yet, though, right?
He is, but he doesn't have a license yet. So he wait a couple months. He will definitely know how before he takes off.
I was thinking that's got to be your requirement.
My girls too, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Both of my kids when they get up there, I'm like, that's like part of the driving test before you can leave my driveway.
I did ask Bethany the other day if she knows how, and she said no. So we're gonna have to work on that.
See, the key is
nah, probably not.
Yeah.
The key is I always buy like a nicer jack. So it doesn't take, you don't have to sit there and wind it up.
Dude, I got a legit floor jack.
I got a couple of them. I don't have a floor.
Dude,
because I used to have cars.
How much did you spend on the jack?
They're cheap.
They're not that much.
Oh, okay.
They're under 100, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they actually work. You're
Harbor
not
Freight.
Kill yourself out there, yeah.
Yeah, man. My floor jack, man, do I change the brakes on my cars or whatever, like that is... I mean, especially a pickup or an expedition, man. The little jar,
tiny,
it takes forever. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Need a block of wood to put it on.
Yeah. It takes forever, man. So yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Bethany mentioned that. So what's the list of things that you feel would be important? Like, let's say handyman. Don't say light bulb. That's silly. But what are some things that you feel like would be like you want to pass on to the kiddos?
I mean, definitely how to change a tire, right?
Tire for sure. That's vehicle thing. That's for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And also, like, probably needs to know how to check the oil.
Yeah.
That's probably smart. It's probably smart.
Yeah, their cars are going to tell them how to do that, though, right?
I don't know, man. I still think it's just important to know maybe even the kind of oil that goes in, or they're going to get stumped at the place.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of mowing equipment, right? So I could teach my boys on that. That's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a whole lot there. That, you know, change the filters and things like that, blades. Yep. That's kind of how I got started. Kind of self-taught myself over the last handful of years.
And that could be useful too, like summer jobs in high school, mowing, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's true, man. You learn things when you get a job. You get a little more confidence. I would say it's important to teach, but man, I think YouTube is incredible.
It is.
Like, it's unbelievable.
You can even look like 2014 Honda Ridgeline
100%.
light bulb or whatever, and it shows you how to do it. Instead of me flipping through the manual and messing with it for an hour and a half, I can do it in 3 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you here's the level of vehicle that I will go to. I have an OBD sensor reader. Do you know what I mean? You know what that is? Yeah. So, like, it's a Bluetooth one. It goes to my phone, and I can plug that into my car, and it'll tell me when the light's on, and I'll go tackle that. But literally, go to YouTube, and I type in a P301 code on my Expedition, my 2017 Expedition, V6 EcoBoost,
right?
And then bam, there's 10 videos, and I just pick the guy I like the most, right?
Yeah,
and I just watch a
video.
video.
Looks like he has the best video.
Yeah, he looks like the best video. He's got, he goes, and I'm like, cool, and then I do it, and there's been a few things I've been able to fix because of that, and man, YouTube is incredible, and not that my dad's not great, but that YouTube, man, I can just back up, keep doing it again and again.
So I can pay you to change my timing belt.
Not timing belt. Well,
it's like an $8 piece. We can look at it. Charge you like $1,200.
We can look at it, but they're probably going to want to change.
It's ridiculous. You got to change everything. It's like
they're going to take off your water cooler. They're going to take off all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You should get it done though.
It's all right.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So should your kids have like a certain job in high school to help them become a better handyman, so to speak?
I don't know. I don't know if it's that or trying to instill some confidence to try.
Yeah.
Is that more of what we're talking about?
Try and fail. I mean,
why not?
Fault,
yeah, just like, hey, let's watch this YouTube video together and then give it a go. And you don't always have to ask somebody to do it for you, right? I think that's important. I think
so. Should it be important when they're younger? You're right. When something goes wrong around the house, like, hey, let's do this together. Should that be important?
I don't know.
My boys will watch me, but I'm
not talking like now. I'm talking like Asher's age, right? He's starting to get a little bit older.
Yeah. Sure.
Like, hey, we got this job. Let's try to knock this out together.
Oh, for sure.
Try to get them, because I don't remember ever doing anything like that when I was that age. So it's kind of like buy your first house. I was like, dude, I don't know what to do here. I'm a handyman zero.
Like, I think my dad was really good at including me, and I remember helping him. And there's a point you don't want to, right?
Yeah. Well, I always had to call my dad. Yeah. So he would always be there and then show me how to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it was like in that time, right? So I kind of eventually learned over time how to do some things and forgot how to do plenty of things.
Still, like, man, experience is wisdom, right? So like, I still in Colorado when my car was acting goofy, called my dad and like, what do you think? Should I shoot it? Should I try to take it to mechanic? What do you think? And honestly, just talking through it, like he had no real good answer. It's just nice to talk through with him. Also understanding it's not the end of the world, right? Like, I think that there's always a good, nice calming force there. So I think just the encouragement to try things, but man, I do believe YouTube is like, man, I think I mentioned this when we were talking about my dream job. Like, I would not even worry about, I don't worry about taking my bike to a bike shop anymore because I can watch YouTube and follow along with them. And I might have to buy a couple of tools or whatever. But that's incredible, man. It's a wealth of knowledge in it, and it's pretty neat. So anyway.
It is. That's how I learned how to change my dryer, and I had to change the dryer belt. I just had to change the heating element.
Sure.
I mean, dude, everything. Even if they don't have the exact dryer on there.
I've done that. Yeah.
You can be like, okay, that one looks kind of like mine. I'll dig in there.
Pretty close.
Boom.
Yeah, they're about
enough.
the same. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. On our last dryer quit, it was a few years old. I just went and got a new one. I don't want to mess with it.
My dryer's 11 years old.
Yeah.
We got struck by lightning a handful of years ago, so kind of messed some
stuff
up.
I mean, when the electrical component is fried, then that's a whole different thing.
It didn't make it better?
No, this is just a couple months ago.
Oh.
That the dryer just kind of it would spin but wouldn't heat, and I was watching some YouTube videos. And
That's
like,
a heating. That's only one thing
what?
it can't be, a heating element.
and I was like, whatever, I'm just getting rid of it. It was a cheap one anyways, and it's fine.
Do you guys have matching washer and dryer?
Oh yeah, duh.
No,
We do not.
not anymore. We started out that way.
Both 11 years old, man.
Our
We're
washing,
doing good.
we had my aunt and uncle gave us a washer and dryer.
Mm-hmm.
We got married and still have the dryer. We've been married 19 years.
Wow.
That's good.
And but the washing machine went kaput, so we
Yeah.
bought a new one. And it looks way better than the dryer.
It's not yellow, it's really white.
Yeah, it's actually silver.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, fancy. Yeah, it's silver.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
kinda
11
funny.
years old, I think we're going to make a dryer washer fund,
GoFundMe?
just in case. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why not? That's
I
the
will
thing
not-
to do, right?
I will
Just
not
have
support
somebody
that.
else pay for it.
I will not support that.
That's the American way. Let
Go-
me get somebody else to pay for my
GoFundMe.
stuff.
Yeah. If your kids need it, I would help. But you'll be all right.
Yeah, well, those will have to wear dirty clothes to school.
Yeah, you
They
can.
got laundromats.
you
Yeah,
can-
they do. They have a really nice one by the QT. Let's see, what is that? 96.
I love how you just said a really nice laundromat.
Yeah, I have
It is.
a lot of thoughts.
So-
I've been to that one. It's cleaner than.
What do y'all
you
just
would
hang
think.
out in laundromats?
Well, I had to go because my dryer went out. So it literally
You can
went
come
out.
to my house and use my dryer.
Yeah, but I
Fine.
can
Yeah.
do 2 loads of
At time.
laundry at one time, and it dries in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
There's some things like
So-
I won't put like my dog's like got a blanket, it's got a bunch of hair, whatever. I'll take it there. I'm not putting it in my wash.
So there's a place in Denton, Texas called Suds and
Buds,
no, it's not Buds.
drink beer and
It is.
do laundry.
It is, but it's not
Ah.
Suds and Buds. But I can't remember but it is a play on that. But it's a bar laundromat.
Perfect.
It's a college town. 2 colleges there, and I assume they do well. Yeah, like if you're gonna do laundry,
Yeah, nobody's got a washer and dryer for college.
but take a couple
right?
shots.
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, I like that. I like their idea.
Yeah,
if you're gonna be miserable, at least have a drink while you're sitting there waiting on your laundry.
May have a shiner. There you
Better
go.
than sitting there playing on your phone.
Yeah,
yeah, because you can't leave your stuff. 'Cause
that
someone's gonna
cracked me
steal
up.
it.
Oh yeah, you can't leave.
Well,
yourself.
not around here. I left my stuff.
Not around here, you innocent Owasso. Jeez.
Not at the nice washer
Yeah.
or at the nice laundromat, I guess.
It's on the good side of town.
Yeah. It's literally
96th
legit.
Street.
Owasso Laundry Express, maybe? I don't know. Super nice.
We're looking for sponsors.
We just use the bathtub and hang our clothes up. That's what we would do.
We had a clothes hanger.
We hang a lot of
clothesline.
clothes up.
You
Yeah.
do? I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Not in a long time.
That's why our dryer lasts 19 years.
Don't use it.
That's right. All right. Well, we talked a little bit about being a handyman, and it actually kind of have a little bit of a segue into this.
Nice.
Do you guys know there's a book in the Bible called Titus?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Pretty short book, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it? 3 pages?
Yeah, I'm
How many
joking.
pages? Is it?
Yeah, no, it's 3,
1.5.
It's 3 chapters. It's not
Was-
even. It's
Was
not
he a
even,
handyman?
No, he was not, and I'm joking. I didn't know there was Titus in there, so it was kind of funny. There is a verse though that this came up in my reading, and I do not know how many times in my life Titus has come up in I have like a morning kind of thing I go through, and it's not in-depth Bible study. It's usually just a passage and some thoughts around it. And I was like, man, I really like what that has to say, because I think I know, we all know this. In our culture, I think we're a little obsessed with self-help, right? And I think we were talking a little bit about, we can tie that into being a handyman. We want to help ourselves. We want to provide for our families. We want to do good things.
Yep.
And so I want to read these verses real fast and kind of throw some thoughts out there and then see what you guys think. But this is in Titus. So this is in the New Testament for everyone that didn't know Titus existed. It's right after 2 Timothy. So super short. You can thumb right by that sucker. It's a short one. And so this is Titus 2 and then verses 11 through 14. So, for the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation for all people, training us to renounce ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in the present age, waiting for our blessed hope, the appearing of the glory of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ, who gave himself for us to redeem us from all lawlessness and to purify for himself a people for his own possession, who are zealous for good works. So, that's a lot. I know I read that, and we're this is Paul writing, so he's writing to Titus. And Paul's writing is great, but it's definitely like, it's deep and it's sometimes hard to digest. And so just thinking through that, man, and dwelling on that, it really confronts us with the reality that there's no way to win acceptance with God by self-reformation, right? Like we cannot do that. and or acts of righteousness. And so I think that's like the big thing that it points out. But then right behind that, there's the comfort that comes that we still have a relationship with him. And it's all by his work, right? It's all by God's work. And so I found that to be pretty impactful for me this week, and just wanted to share that. And I know it's kind of a tucked away little book and probably verses that we don't read very often. And we are transformed through grace, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the justification is never God recognizing our purity that we've done, right? Like
Correct.
our response to purity. It's not us, right? It is what he has done for us. And so I think that that's what that's telling us. And I just think it's a powerful thing and comforting to know that it is not up to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we recognize God as our Savior. I mean, there would be no point in Jesus coming and living a perfect life amongst us, dying on the cross, rising again, if we could do it ourselves, right? And so it's just powerful thought. And so, yeah, I think the charge there is to kind of live in that place, not seek self-help like our culture pushes us to do. Constantly. There's how much is out there, man, like on how to be better, to be a better person, to be, here's what you can do for yourself. Here's what you can do to sleep better. Here's what you can do to live better. Here's how you can, blah, blah, blah. Just so much, man. We're just inundated with it in our culture. And it's like the American way, right? And, to know for sure that really this is all we need. 100% Christ is all we need. And he did the work. He did the redeeming, the work to make us righteous and pure. And really to make us who we need to be is just to follow him. And I just think that was, to me, it just stood out this week. And so I wanted to share that. What are you guys thinking?
It's good stuff.
Yep, I like it.
Not really a lot to add to that to me. I mean, it's just self-sound,
Yeah, and I love that how with his work and stuff, right, we can rest easy.
Yeah.
On his work that he's done for us, and it's not up to us. It's we don't have to do any work whatsoever to gain his love or salvation, right? We just repent, right? Believe in me. That's what Jesus says.
That's it.
And it's done. And so I like the rest that comes with that, because life can be tough.
Absolutely.
There's definitely can be some fear in life and some uneasiness and self-doubt and things like that. And when you get to that place where you can really learn to trust the Lord, then the peace that comes with that is spectacular.
Yeah, man. Like that's the thing. There's nothing we can do, right? It is all him. And I think if we can get to that place where we understand that, then it becomes like a comfort, right? It becomes less on us. Because how many times have you tried? And I mean, we do it all the time, right? I'm talking about getting in shape. And how many times do you go along and go at it, and it's all about what I'm doing. And then how many times do you disappoint yourself? I mean, how many times? Like I'm going to do this for my marriage, and we're going to be awesome. And maybe it goes pretty well for a bit. And if it's all focused on what you can do,
fails every time.
At least disappoint, right?
Yeah.
At least disappoints. It might not be an epic fail. I will not believe that we're like anything's going to happen to Bethany and I's marriage, and it might not epic fail, but it will not be what it could be if I focused on Christ and went at it through him.
Yep.
And his guidance. And that's just huge, man. And I know we all have kids, and it's something that as my kids have grown older, man, I just try to impress upon them that, hey, at your age, I wish I thought in this manner. It would help. It will help you with your insecurities and your feeling that you need to try to strive to belong and all those things, man. That you already belong, right? You already belong. And there's nothing you're gonna do that matches this, And it's incredible, man. An incredible thought, and it is. We go in ebbs and flows, right, with it, in different situations daily, and just to recognize that he's got it all, and he's done. He paid the price. The wrath has been paid. He loves us. It's so hard to get that in our guts deep down and understand that, but man, it is so important.
Yep. And I love the kind of the question talking to people. Maybe they don't necessarily believe in Jesus, or they know of Jesus, but maybe they're not all in, right? It's like, what hope do you have? What's your hope? And the answer is I don't necessarily have one, right? There's nothing. There's no hope. And the only hope that you have in this life at all is through Jesus.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
And that right there, if you have no hope, what kind of fear do you have when you're
heartbreaking,
when
man.
your head hits the pillow and the thoughts, right? The silence kicks in, the thoughts kicks in. You know, what does that look like? What does that feel like?
Yeah.
That's a lot of fear, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What's going to happen to me when I die? I mean, that's the question,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
people have.
Yeah, that's a question. I do think our culture does not do a good job of thinking of mortality very well. I think that we think we're going to live to be 85 plus, whatever, no big deal.
Have a fix or a cure for everything.
Yeah, I do. And I don't think like everybody gets cancer. I don't. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like I just don't think we think in that manner. And even as a Christian, like it's hard to think about the idea that my days are numbered and
because in reality nobody wants it on earth, right? And everything is it's like nobody's like, oh yeah, I'm ready to die, right? No, most people
I'm ready to check out.
Yeah. I mean, now as you get older, maybe, you know, but not in your mid 30s, 40s, a lot of life.
Yeah, you're right. We just don't think in that manner, and I do think that we often, even as Christians, think like, oh man, I want to improve this. I want to be a better leader. I'm going to go tackle it from this direction, right? I want to be a better dad. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better podcaster. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying we think in these manners, right? And we seek knowledge outside of this book, being the Bible, and God's wisdom. And I think it's just fool's gold, man, fool's gold. And I'm not saying that you can't read people that help supplement and help direct us in that manner, but it is here. And the older I get, and I know that's like cliche, right? The older I get, the more it is obvious. It is obvious.
Oh, yeah.
It is so obvious that this thing stands apart so much more than anything else, and that things work so much better when I'm focused on God's plan for my life through His wisdom and His guidance through this Word, right?
Yep.
So,
and that takes, I think, a good rhythm, right? You got to be in prayer. You got to be in God's Word.
Absolutely.
As when you get out, and it's in my life, right? All of our lives, I'm sure everybody gets out of their rhythm, kind of like riding the wave. And
sure,
you get out of the rhythm, man. You just it's just like everything's going haywire, right? It's like, man, I don't feel connected to God necessarily right now, and that's not a great place to be.
No,
especially when you felt that connection.
Yeah. Even when things are good, and you feel like, man, why am I so anxious? Why am I so impatient? Why am I so because you're kind of living outside of the step of God, right? You're not walking with Him, and I think that's a big deal. And it's something that just hit me, man. Like this is a heavy reality that it is all about what He has done for us, His initiation, not ours. Right? It's the relationship He has with us, nothing that we did. It is incredible thought, but awesome stuff. Awesome stuff for sure.
Love it.
Cool. Well, that's what I got for you guys, man. And my challenge is just I kind of seek it. Don't seek self-help, right? Go after it through God. Go after it through the biblical lens. Go after it through His wisdom, prayer, all the things that we know. Don't go after it through
Instagram,
Facebook. Instagram, Facebook. Definitely don't let the world, but you're going to let something influence you. So might as well be this.
It's like we say to the kids, right? Something's going to shepherd you.
Absolutely.
Whether if it's not God, it's something else. Something will shepherd you.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure. All right. That a wrap?
It's good.
Wrap it up.
It's good.
Wrap it up. Put a bow on it. We'll open it later. All right, boys. I appreciate it. We'll talk to y'all next time.